Good morning, my beautiful people. Okay, so I was going through like my videos because I wanted to make sure, like my story times and stuff of my past Johns. I want to make sure that I'm telling you guys the story times in sequence, and I'm not. I guess yesterday I skipped over. So we're going to go back to the second one. Now, this has happened to me numerous times. It's too many to count, I'll tell you that. Too many to count. I get picked up one night, and actually, it was actually during the day. Obviously, when somebody pulls over, okay, in the alley or on the side of the road, literally on the side of the road, I go up to the car. I never get in first. We negotiate a price. I see the money. I get in. I get the money. And then we proceed. So that's what happened. And so he was like, hey, do you have any condoms? I'm like, no, I don't. I said, we can stop. There was a CVS right there. It's on the corner of like Sullivan and something, I forget. Anyway, I'm like, just stop right here and, you can just run in and get some. So we stop. He hands me a $10 bill. Okay. And I remember this like it's yesterday because it felt like it was just yesterday. Because this was the very first time this particular incident had happened to me. So I never experienced this before. So I go in. I was like, well, what size do you want me to get? He's like, whatever fits. Whatever fits. How the fuck am I supposed to know? Okay. So I just guessed, and I got, the magnums, and I'm like, okay, well, hopefully this fits. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Before that day, I've never bought condoms. I'll tell you that. Never had to buy condoms. Anyway, and I come back out, okay. He had a little red pickup truck, by the way, or blue. It was blue. Little blue pickup truck. And we get in, we go, down the street, like parked. It was in an alley, but like nobody was around. So I handed him the condoms. I'm like, here you go. And he was like, well, aren't you going to put it on? I said, okay. Like I don't, never put a condom on before, but it's the first thing for everything. So let's just do it. So I get the condom. Okay. I remember there was like, like a row of them. So I just tear the last one off, and I'm like, okay. So I opened it. I'm like, all right. So I went to go, button his pants, and he's like, no, wait a minute. Aren't you going to put it on? I said, I am putting it on. I'm like, I'm confused right now. What do you exactly want me to do? And so he was like, no, those are for you, like personally you. I sat there for a second, okay? I knew I was high, okay? But I had to process what he was saying to me at first. I'm like, okay, wait a minute, what's happening here? I know I'm fucked up right now, but I can't be that damn high that I'm hearing this shit. So I said, can you say that again? I just want to make sure I'm hearing this correctly. And he says it again. I said, wait a minute, do you think that I'm a man? And he said, well, aren't you? Oh my God. I said, excuse me? What? No, sir. No. After he said that, well, aren't you? I probably had the weirdest look on my fucking face, and I do the weirdest fucking looks anyway. I looked at him. I said, do I look like a man to you? And he's like, well, yeah, that's why I picked you up. I said, oh my God. I said, you know what? This is what I want to do. Okay, I'm keeping your money, and I'm keeping the fucking condoms that you bought. You can have this one because it's already fucking opened, and you can just shove it up your own ass and fuck your own self. That's what you can do. And I get the fuck out and walk. And he literally followed me. Okay, he followed me 2 blocks. yelling out his fucking window that he wanted his money back. I'm like, no. So I passed this one house, and there was a group of guys on the porch, and they heard him, yell at me. He wanted his money back, and he was like, hey, are you good? Are you good? And so I'm like, oh, I'm good. I was like, this motherfucker thought that I was a man. He picked me up because he thought that I was a man, and he wanted, to pay me to, have sex with him. And this dude just drove the fuck off, sped off. So I'm like, man, I'll tell you what, that wasn't the first time that happened. That was I'm saying that wasn't the only time that happened. That was the very first time that incident happened. When I tell you that I used to get picked up all the time because they thought that I was trans, yes, they did. Now, then I was like really all tweaked out. A lot of people are like, oh, how can they mistake you because you're so, whatever. Listen, let me tell you something. How I look today is nothing compared to how I used to look, okay? How I used to look was strung out, you can tell. I was completely twacked out, you can tell. And I didn't take care of myself. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. I did not take care of myself. I didn't give two flying fucks what my hair looked like. The only thing I cared about was my face. Make sure my eyebrows were on and everything. And my eyebrows literally were like all the way up to here. So maybe that's why. I don't know. But yeah. I was so pissed. But I made it. I think it was like a quick 60 plus the, condoms and everything, so like, $70 for like, 5-10 minutes. Anyway, I'm about to go inside. I got to clean the house. That's what I got to do first. Secondly, I'm going to dye my hair. I'm dyeing it back to, I didn't even dye it. What happened was because my hair is so light and so, was so red that, obviously the dye just, and plus we went to Florida and, the sun does bleach your hair out. So you could tell like the red is starting to creep back in, and I don't like that. So about to go dye it back to the natural color. Dark brown. It's not black. A lot of people think that it's black. No, it's just a dark, like chestnut brown. So, good morning. I do have my Jack cup. I got to mow the yard today. And that's pretty much it. So, bye.